From the guys who brought you Fight Night picks, and for a short time, hitting above the Mendoza line, comes the Allen Brothers' next project. Let's tear the cover off and join in 15-minute card breaks.
Oh, Canada, let's get into it. Listen, this weekend with 15-minute card breaks, we're going into our roots, and I say that with a little bit of a disclaimer. Today we're going to be opening a hobby box of 2020 Upper Deck CFL cards. You can see them right there. I picked them up on the Upper Deck site. Now, this is where I come with full transparency and disclaimer. I was on the Upper Deck site. I was perusing what they had, and I happened upon CFL cards. I thought, well, that's really cool. And then I looked, and the 2020 release, it said Canada only, and I thought, well, that's really cool. And then it was $79.99, and I went, well, that's perfect. I have to get these. Now, would I call myself the biggest CFL fan? No, and here's why. Because we're on the east coast of Canada, and we don't have a team that's close whatsoever. Our closest team is obviously the Alouettes, if you're a big CFL fan. If you're not, you might learn a thing or two today. Matt, if we really called ourselves fans of the Canadian Football League, we're probably Rough Riders fans?
I'd probably be a huge liar. I just haven't watched a lot of CFL, if it's the complete honest truth. I had been to one CFL game. The atmosphere is phenomenal, I can tell you that much. It was the Saskatchewan Roughriders, goodness, playing the Ottawa Red Blacks. And yeah, the crowd was electric. The Roughriders ended up winning that. So hopefully I can take a little bit of my prior CFL knowledge and bring it to this video. But I gotta be honest, the background I can give on UFC cards is much more extensive than the one I'll be able to do on CFL cards.
The funniest thing, so this hobby box break on average comes with one autograph, one relic card, and one additional autograph or relic, and 13 parallels. You go through the base set. There are 200 base set cards. There's a lot of big names out there. We were joking before we came on, like, who can we really name off the top of our head? Card number 1 is Bo Levi Mitchell, and that's probably a lot of people's, go-to. Lucky Whitehead, there's a name that you might know.
Who's the guy who played for Toronto, and he had that one MMA fight?
I have no idea.
Right,
there we go. It's a great video off the hop. If we go through the autograph checklist, there are a lot of different autographs out there. Brandon Sinopoli, the one that I was looking forward to out of all of the cards, and I'm going to see if it's one there. But Jake Thomas, that was another reason to get it. I'm friends with his cousin here in lovely Fredericton, New Brunswick, Canada. You go through it, there's CFL logo patches. Those look really cool. You can get a Christian Mate, you can get a Brett Lowther, you can get Lewis Ward from the Red Blacks. All sorts of big names, especially if you're a CFL fan. We're going to try and go through this, but I think this is going to be a reintroduction because the weirdest thing about this is there was no 2020 CFL season at all. Like, there wasn't, so this is why this is really exciting. I can't wait to open this hobby box. You let us know down below. Maybe you're not from Canada. Maybe you haven't watched the CFL. Maybe you were excited about the merger between them and the XFL that's not going to happen. You let us know down below in the comments section what you thought of this video, what you think. We're going to open up some cards and have some fun. So as we always say with 15-minute card breaks, let's tear the cover off. All right, so 2020 CFL, there's 6 cards per pack, 16 packs per box, 3 hits per box. On average, they gotta say that, right? That's the way that it goes. And we'll see what we'll get today. I'm excited to these ones because, like we said, I mean, are we the biggest of CFL fans? Not necessarily, but listen, it's gonna be a learning experience. They got a sticker on there.
So Chad Owens was the player who I was thinking about in the intro. Chad Owens, the player.
Man, he was popping off with the Argos.
That's what I mean. He played for the Toronto Argonauts, but he did in their offseason. He took one MMA fight and ended up winning by unanimous decision. So there you go. There's a fun Chad Owens fact for all you people over here from Fight Night Picks.
And Chad Owens, he was
a monster in the CFL.
Yeah, he was a big deal. 2020, there were no monsters in the CFL because there wasn't a season.
No.
All right, first pack, we'll rip it. Hopefully these aren't that difficult to open. Bottom to top, it's always the best way to go with card packs. You've got Boris Beatty, Hoover, Cunningham, Montreal Alouettes. Matt, that one's a placeholder.
Ooh,
that's a lie. Out of 50, and we got 50 out of 50. That's Brandon Banks. That's a cool card.
That's pretty cool.
You've got a trade, so we're not playing for the Argos anymore. And then a checklist card. We got Banks and Fajardo. Banks and Fajardo. That's pretty cool. Banks, your big hit on this one. 50 out of 50. Yeah, that's a pretty cool base set card. So far, so good. Pretty cool pack.
Brandon Banks, the Big 12 Offensive Newcomer of the Year in 2008.
Brandon Banks. And if I'm not mistaken...
The CFL's Most Outstanding Player Award in 2019.
And how about that? That's him, and that's him on the box. And on every single pack, you have Brandon Banks. So
that shows how much we know about the CFL, that it took a solid 20 seconds to figure that out.
Big ups to Brandon Banks. Yeah. Andrew Harris off the top. Williams, you got a placeholder. They fooled me. You got Burnham, Brian Burnham. That's 31 out of 165. Ooh. You've got Royce Mechie. Naman Roosevelt, now he got traded, or he signed. He's no longer with Saskatchewan, and this one he's with the Alouettes. And Thomas Miles. So we got another one. That one was at what did I say, 165. Was a red parallel. We got a good Banks, though, and yeah, he is your cover athlete for the 2020 Upper Deck cards. Now, I know there's a lot of fans out there. You might be a CFL fan. Malcolm Carter off the hop. Rico Murray. Brandon Rutley. Burner, Cody Fajardo at a 165, Saskatchewan stand up, Hunter Stewart, and then Jorgen Hus. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people that are following along with this one might not be MMA fans. They might not even know Fight Night Picks, but when we look at the CFL and different stuff like this, we do want to know in the comments section below, what do you want to see out of us? Because it's not every day you can get NBA Hoops premium stock. That stuff can be hard to come by. I know I was checking out a local card store here recently. I couldn't hardly find anything, and the stuff that they had was like $650 a box.
Yeah, I was at that same store very recently, and they had nothing for basketball. It was kind of surprising.
Andrew Bigill, Matthew O'Donnell, Willie Jefferson, UD game jersey from Christian Mate, guard from your Montreal Alouettes. Christian Mate right there. That's a game worn in the game. Been used in an official CFL game, so they're not fooling you with, it was worn in a photo shoot. William Langley, Frankie Williams, and Lucky Whitehead. Lucky Whitehead played for Winnipeg, 15 games, an average of 10 yards per catch. So, I mean, hey, that's not that bad. All right, Matt, so Lucky Whitehead, wide receiver. Can you tell us anything about Christian Mate?
He was the 7th overall pick in the first round in 2010. He's currently with the Montreal Alouettes, and in 2010, he signed with them after attending the mini camp of the Houston Texans, and unfortunately did not make their roster.
Didn't work for him in the big show. Ted Lauren, Brandon Banks again, Burner. Ooh, Shaquille Johnson is the signature. Man, I like Shaquille Johnson's autograph right there. That's a pretty cool one. It is peel and stick, but that is a cool one. Shaquille Johnson right there. Congrats, you've received a trading card featuring Shaquille Johnson. Born in 93, went to school in London. He's from Brampton, Ontario, so you got Canada's own Avery Ellis, Joel Figueroa, and Josh Johnson. Shaquille, let's see. Johnson, the autograph in that one for the BC Lions.
Shaquille Johnson ran a 4.39 in his 40.
Holy, so he's fast as all get out. So far, we've got one of our autographs, we've got one of our relics or our jerseys. So we either get one more jersey or one more autograph. Chris Rainey, Brandon Dozier, Chris Van Zell. This one is a short print out of 165. Quadarius Ford. You've got Unamba, and then we've got Boyko. So the short prints, I'm liking the short print, and quite honestly, I like the design of these cards. Because some of the cards that we've opened up on the channel, they're a little bit gaudy for me.
Yeah, they're kind of bland. So.
These ones aren't, like, too out there. And I've always been an Upper Deck fan. You've got Law, Daly, Fernandez, Burner. This one's at a 50. Trevor Harris. And we got another 50. We got 50 out of 50.
Look at us go.
Trevor Harris, Dominique Rhymes, and Sean Jameson. So from Edmonton, Trevor Harris, 50 out of 50. Edmonton with the new logo this year, looking pretty fresh.
I like the Edmonton Elks, honestly. I like the whole rebrand. Everything about it I'm a fan of.
Yeah, the Elks, that's cool. I always like the colors. Are they Green Bay colors or are they Elks colors? I'm going to say that they're Elks colors.
Elks colors.
Zach Claros. Hey, come back, Zach, and have a good year. I like watching Zach Claros. Mitch Barnett. Okay, those are two off the top. At a 165, Jorgen Hus. Antoine Pruneau, Kwaku Boateng, and John Crockett. John Crockett, Matt. I'm going to throw some of my wrappers away. But, yeah, I mean, so far, some pretty good ones.
Threw the cheese cleaver
I threw the cheese cleaver away. That's
dangerous.
Dangerous. Hazard of the job, I guess. All right. Here we go. Got a number of packs left. So far, it's been pretty good. Richard Leonard. Armonte Edwards. Matt, there's a big name that people might recognize. Out of 165, Shane Richards, Alex Fontana, Randall Evans, and Jagarrett Davis. Jagarrett Davis. So far, so good. It seems like in almost every pack we're getting the numbered ones, so that's pretty cool. I think it said that we were guaranteed quite a few of them.
Yeah, I think it was like, 12?
Yeah, so that's pretty good out of 16 overall packs. All right, our next one. I think we got something in this one. Krapinga, Forrest Hightower, Colin Kelly, game jersey, Alex Mateus. Alex Mateus, offensive line for the Red Blacks. Alex Mateus, and let's see what it says on the back of this one. This was used in an official CFL game. Alex Mateus. We also have a short print at a 165. Drew Wolotarski, Brandon Alexander, and Dane Evans.
Not to jump in, but Alex Mateus was the first overall pick in the 2015 CFL draft, won the Grey Cup with the Red Blacks in 2016, and then announced his retirement July 5th, 2021.
So he's retired before this season. And, so 2020, the last season, and we get his jersey card.
A two-time CFL East All-Star, though.
Abdul Kane, Shane Edwards, Greg Ellingson, Burner, Cameron Judge, that's out of 165. He's a linebacker, very skinny linebacker at that, no offense. Simone Lawrence and Brandon Revenberg of your Hamilton Tiger Cats. All right, we're going to try our best to whip through the rest of these ones. We've hit our 2 memorabilia cards. We've hit our autograph. I'm having fun with this because, I'm learning. I love the new Alouettes logo as of the last couple of years. Patrick Neufeld, Woody Barron, David Beard, Burner, Johnny Augustine, Trevor Harris again, and Nyla Casatati. Apologies to you. He's representing American Samoa. Cool. In the CFL. All right, Matt, we have 4 packs left out of these ones. You imagine if, the on average, we beat it and we get an extra one?
So you know football way better than I do. Who are some of the best CFL players to have actually made the transition to the NFL, or vice versa? Is there that much of a crossover between the leagues?
There's fans out there as the CFL. Remember Curtis Painter? Remember how good he was back in the day? I remember he was all over TV, but Warren Moon's probably your biggest name. That is the biggest name. Doug Flutie's another name out there. Richie Leone, Alex Mateus again. We got a short print, Brett Boyko at a 165. Levi Knoll, Alan Darby, and Justin Tuggle. Now, Matt, 3 packs left. Yeah.
Did Johnny Manziel try out for the CFL?
Johnny Manziel played in the CFL.
Did he do well?
He ended up with the Alouettes and Ticats. J.R. Tavai, Cody Fajardo, Riker Matthews, short print, Riker Matthews.
Another one.
Bang, bang, right? One after the other. Kenny Lawler and Suk. I apologize. Representing British Columbia. I'm going to have to get the pronunciation. I'll get it back to you. But apologies to the BC Lions fans on that one. And then we have 2 left. That's just my own ignorance. Okay, we've got 2 left. A little difficult to open. All right. They're filling these ones with cardboard to fool people at the stadiums buying packs. You're not getting a jersey. Chris Kashner. Mwamba. Burner. Another signature. We did beat it. Tyler Krapinga. Kicker. Hey, I'll take a kicker. Shaquille Richardson. Ed Alecki and Vontae Diggs. Matt, we beat the system. We ended up with 4 total hits. So we're supposed to get 3. You get a kicker. I'm fine with getting a kicker. Because as I said, are we Owls fans or are we Rough Riders fans? I don't know. But that's a cool one right there. Born in Nepean, Ontario. Went to McMaster for school. What can you tell me about Tyler?
He's been around the league. He played for the Stampeders for 1 season, played for the Rough Riders for 3, and then he bounced around. In 2019 alone, he went from the Argonauts to the Alouettes, then back to the Argonauts, then back to the Alouettes for the 2021 season, and then this season he is playing for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers.
All right, Matt. Kyle Saxlid, Corey Tyndall, Burner, At a 165, we've got Abdul Kane, Shane Bergman, Matthew Schlitz, and Terry Williams. Matt, pretty good box overall.
Yeah, no, we beat the odds.
Beat the odds. So Matt, the 2020 CFL season, while it might not have been a fruitful one because it didn't actually exist, we actually had a really good hobby box on this one. We ended up with 2 out of 50. These ones were parallels of Trevor Harris and your cover athlete, Brandon Banks. And it just so happens that they are number 50 out of 50 for both of them. Kind of crazy there. We also ended up, and I'll bring them back up so you can have a look, but we ended up with a number of the red parallels. Those ones are at a 165. You had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh. So 12 parallels as it said we would get. And then the big hits, Matt. I mean, we end up with Alex Mateus. That one's a game jersey. You end up with Christian Mate. That one's a game jersey. And then the 2 autographs. I'll go with kicker first. Tyler Capigna. Tyler, he bounced around from team to team. We kind of talked about it. And Shaquille Johnson as well, who's put together some pretty good campaigns.
Ran a 4.39 in the 40.
Overall, I mean, I'm really impressed by this one. It was only $80. I ended up with 2 memorabilia cards, 2 autographs, some big hits in terms of those parallels and numbered cards. I mean, you get 10 out of 165, and we ended up with 2 50 out of 50 and 1 with your cover athlete.
Well, this is the great thing about things like CFL. Like, with those UFC cards, not to toot my own horn, but we kind of know everything there is to know about those people. With these CFL cards, at a minimum, I'm going to get like 4 hours of Google searches to try to learn more about these guys who we did pull out of this box.
So it's always a lot of fun. You end up with 6 cards in the top loaders. But yeah, let us know down below. Maybe you knew some stuff about the CFL and we did a poor job. We tried to represent it as best we could. We learned some stuff. Hopefully you did as well. And if you want to check out some extra content, you can always find us on Instagram and TikTok with extra additional content from 15-minute card breaks that you won't find on this channel. Some breaks. We've already had some big ones in the chamber as well. So it's at 15-minute card breaks over on Instagram as well as TikTok. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. We're locked and loaded. We're living and we're learning over here on the channel. So let us know what you want to see from us next. I'm really looking forward to more videos. Keep it locked in. And as we always say with 15-minute card breaks, let's tear the cover off.